Ask is, what was your role in the civil rights movement, and can you state your name for us?
Yes, my name is Flonzie Brown-Wright, and my role in the civil rights movement was one of an activist. I worked with people on voter registration. I went door to door organizing people, teaching people about what to expect at the courthouse to register. I led marches, attended mass meetings, conducted mass meetings, organized a youth choir in honor of slain leader Vernon Damer, and just was basically involved in the day-to-day activities of just trying to gain the right to vote. I testified before the subcommittee in Washington, D.C. to eliminate the 21-item questionnaire for blacks, and we were able to successfully do that, and as well as request the Justice Department to send down federal examiners to help us overcome those obstacles. And I was successful in doing that as well. In 1968, I ran for public office. I ran for the position of election commissioner in Madison County, Mississippi, and I was able to successfully achieve that position, defeating a white gentleman who had been in office for many, many years. And that was in November the 5th, 1968. And in that position, I was able to correct a lot of voting injustices that had plagued our people and had prohibited our people from becoming first-class citizens.
Thank you. Another question we want is, what do you think your biggest impact was?
Well, again, my biggest impact was getting the right to vote, training people to run elections, to certify elections, and thus planting seeds in many of their lives that they too could run for office. And there are a number of people in my hometown today who are public officials simply because I advocated for them. We have a judge, Judge Mamie Chin, is one of the persons who is now sitting judge because I appointed her 40 years ago to run an election. And of course, so you have a number of people who I appointed and trained to work elections who were inspired to go in and run for offices and achieve them. So I'm very, very proud of that.
Can you give us one story that really stands out to you, either the story that you shared with us earlier or another story?
Well, I have a lot of stories. Perhaps the one that stands out for me is, as a little girl walking home from school one day, a white lady pulled up to the curb where I and some other girls were walking, and she beckoned for me to come to her car, and I did. And she asked me if I could come and babysit for her children. And so I told her yes. I got her name and number, and I was very, very excited about because I had a job. I was 12 and I had a job. That was exciting to me. And so when I went home and told my mom I had a job, and my mom screamed at me, and she said, well, what will you be doing? I said, well, I'm going to be babysitting, and the lady's name was really Miss Ann. She said, I'm going to be babysitting, and she screamed. She said, you cannot do that. She said, you cannot do that. Well, she said, you call her and let her know you cannot come and babysit her children. I was just devastated because I didn't know the nuances of racism, but the long and short, and we didn't talk about that for many years later, but the long and short was that she was afraid that had I been in the home alone, and this lady's husband could have come home and abused me, because much of that went on. That's why my mom is about your color, because her great-grandfather was white, and that happened so much. And so my mom, that was her way of protecting her, me, which is her only daughter, from being openly being attacked by someone. So, but there are a lot of stories. But then just having the gift of good parents who taught us right from wrong, who encouraged us to become whomever we could become. Even though I mentioned my dad made $18 a week to take care of 5 people, we still were very, very proud children.
Thank you. Appreciate that.